Hello everyone, this is Robert Van Leer and welcome to my science project. This project is for EDC 704, taught by the good teacher Dr. Wilhelm. Now let's look at my research question to see exactly what I'm going to be doing here tonight. Research question: does the weight of an object or the substance that an object is dropped into make a difference in the depth of a crater? So we are experimenting craters and the crater depth depending on the exact substance that I use. And first off, I had to find good substances to drop items in. So I used Play-Doh. You know, everybody loves Play-Doh ever since you're young, and you know how pliable it is and fun to play with and mix into things. So I got the good old-fashioned Play-Doh. Next, I've got soil. Basic soil from outside. You know, if craters in different items go to Earth, as far as asteroids, they hit the ground, and so that's why I have soil right here. Next, I have crackers. Now, crackers, why did I choose crackers? Well, I figured flour was too light, and crackers was made pretty much out of flour. And you notice here on the box, let's see here, this bad boy is expired. So there's no need in wasting good food when we can use it towards science. Okay? So, next we have sugar. And I love sugar, and I figured this is somewhat of a good substance because it is somewhat heavy in weight. But then there's many different pebbles and items to where it'll be interesting to see what happens. And now for my items that I'm going to be dropping. First, I have a roll of pennies. And a roll of pennies weighs 125 grams. Next, I have a roll of quarters. And of course, quarters, let's see here, a roll of quarters weighs 281 grams. And next, I'm going to combine a roll of pennies and a roll of quarters for a weight of 406 grams. In my fourth experiment, I'm going to take 2 rolls of pennies and 2 rolls of quarters, and it weighs 812 grams. And of course, I've got my handy measuring tape here and my handy straight edge to help me measure the craters properly. Alright, well, let's get going, and we're going to start with Play-Doh and start with pennies. Now, one more thing, I'm going to be dropping these items at a distance of 32 inches, okay? And it'll be the same distance for each and every item. Alright, let's see what happens. Okay, as I'm looking here, the penny just bounced right off this Play-Doh, and I pretty much don't see any difference now from when I first started it. Maybe like a slight millimeter, you know, very little, if not any at all, crater done from this penny in the Play-Doh. So next, we're going to take a roll of pennies and drop it in the soil, see what happens. Okay, we've got a little bit of a crater here. Not that much, but it's a little bit. Let's get our measuring tape out and do our measuring. Good. So now let's go with the crackers. Okay, had kind of a splash in there with the crackers. Nice little splash. Let's see about that crater. see about the sugar. Okay. A nice little crater there. So measuring. Alright. Now we're going to smooth these out and then see what our quarter will do for us in this experiment. Okay, we have a slight crater, but as you can see, it's very, very small. I'll tell you what, this Play-Doh does not play at all. Very small. Now the soil. Okay. Some nice little crater. Measure it. Now let's see about the crackers again. Once again, these crackers are going everywhere. Man, I'm going to try to take care of this. Now the sugar. Alright, sugar's going everywhere too. I'm going to have to clean this up. Make sure nothing, ants or roaches try to come into the house. Alright, good. So now we're going to combine our pennies and our quarters. Let's move this out for the next experiment. Let's see, smooth out the sugar. Ready to go. Alright, a quarter and penny to the Play-Doh. It was a little bit, but very, very little, just like before. Really hard to tell what happened. Now our soil. Soil's going everywhere now. Going to crackers again. And losing a lot of crackers. Go ahead and measure these. Okay, measure that. Alright, the sugar. Sugar going all over the place. Alright. So one more experiment to go. Let me smooth this out. And we're going to be on our way to being finished. Crackers everywhere. Sugar everywhere. But I'll have all this cleaned up before my wife wakes up in the morning. And we'll be a happy family. Now I'm going to have 2 quarters and 2 pennies. I'm hoping that will do something to this Play-Doh. This Play-Doh is being difficult. Alright, here we go. Once again, maybe a little bit, just right there. It's a very itsy bitsy bit. Alright, soil. Yeah. Let's do that one again. Soil. Yeah, very big crater. Very big. Very big. Alright. I'm probably going to end up losing all my crackers now too. Crackers now. Alright. Again, a very big crater. And our sugar. Alright, another nice little crater there. Very good. So, looking at our data, it looks like our experiment was a success. Basically, the weight of an object and the substance that an object goes into is definitely a factor in the depth of a crater. Now, something that I was surprised that if you look at this graph, we notice that our biggest factor was the sugar. And that's surprising because you figure that crackers will be the biggest factor. And of course we look at the Play-Doh. Play-Doh did very little. It's just like indestructible. And then of course our soil was okay, but was not as good as our sugar and crackers. Conclusion, yes, I felt that we answered our question and that the weight and substance make a big difference in a crater. Now, what have we learned? We've learned a lot. But I'm really surprised about the Play-Doh. And hopefully we'll find something about that next time. Follow-up questions. Does the distance an object is dropped make a difference in crater size? Does the volume of a substance used to create a crater make a difference in a crater size? And finally, why was Play-Doh so darn hard to make craters in? Because Play-Doh, should not be that hard. And so until next time, this is Robert Van Leer, and you have a good day.